Welcome to Books and Besties, the virtual book fair. Share this link with others and get ready for something awesome. Books and Besties, the virtual book fair.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's me, the Queen Bee, Dr. Angie B. And I'm thrilled to be here with you today on Books and Besties. This show comes to you once a week. This show comes to you once a week to introduce you to authors, entrepreneurs, ministry, and community leaders. And I'm proud of that because we bring you people that you're going to meet on the show today that you probably would never have had the opportunity to meet before. And that is why we do this show, Books and Besties. Now, I tell you what, I'm excited about a few things. And I can't wait to share them with you. But the one thing I'm most excited about is my co-host and one of the producers of the show. We're going to bring in Avalon S. Brown. Hey.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
I know. This is the day the Lord has made. I'm rejoicing and I'm glad about it.
Yes. And it's Easter weekend.
Yes, it sure is. How did your family celebrate Easter through the years, Avalon?
We've always gone to church, because Daddy was the bishop of the church. So we've always gone to church, and the children would get up and do speeches, and then they would sing an Easter song, then we would give them each Easter. My mom used to color all the eggs and make little individual baskets for all the kids and stuff at church. Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet. So sweet. I tell you what, I miss those Easter speeches. I've been supporting a couple of small churches over the years, and small churches mean not a lot of kids, maybe 2 or 3 kids. And I miss my childhood where there were so many kids doing so many speeches.
Right. Yep.
The pastor almost didn't even have to preach because they just went on and on and on. So
and now that they're older, especially my older grandkids will say yeah, Nanny, I remember you give us those long speeches, but they learned them by heart. I mean, they learned them. Because
sure
I would pass out the speeches.
That's so good, I tell you. So if you're a parent and you're watching, take your child to church because the church needs your child to read the Easter speech. Yeah, really.
Yes.
Really. So, all right, Avalon, I got a surprise to show you. Are you ready?
Yes, let's see. I
got a
You
copy.
got it, huh?
Yep. Worthy beyond expectations. Oh,
Nice.
I just mailed Sister Gordon hers. I hope she's not watching the show today because I don't want her to think I got my copy before hers. But it's supposed to be delivered to her by Monday. So I figure Monday night I'll hear her. She'll be calling and crying and screaming and hollering because she's so
her book.
about her book. She's so happy about her book. This cover,
I'm interested to know what that book is about.
Child, you outdid yourself with this book cover. This cover is phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you.
But this book is about some trials and tribulations that firstborn children have because they got to watch the younger kids,
Okay.
they feel like they don't get a chance to be a child because they're watching the other kids.
All
So,
right. Okay.
yeah, yeah. We have,
Yeah, that would be interesting to hear her thoughts on that. I
yeah.
was the last child, so
Okay, I was the firstborn, so I call you last children spoiled. Yeah. Uh-huh. They practiced on us and got it right for the babies. So I want to read the
Mm,
preface. Kiana Long Hargret wrote the preface, and she's alumni of Bethune-Cookman University and the founder of the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association. And she said, I met her in our junior year of high school. She's talking about the author.
author. Okay.
Yeah, she's talking about the author. She said she met her at a time in life when everything felt both urgent and uncertain. We were still figuring out who we were, what we believed, and how we fit into the world. Even back then, she carried something distinct, a quiet strength, a sense of responsibility, and a depth that set her apart. Looking back now, it makes perfect sense that she would grow into someone capable of writing a book like this. Being the oldest child is something you don't fully understand until you've lived it. And even then, it's often hard to put into words. So
Mm,
it's beautiful. She's got a chapter about learning and unleashing and the fear that comes with change. These are just a few of the chapters. So we're going to get a chance to interview her coming up real soon so she can talk about her new book.
nice, nice.
This book was
Congratulations.
published.
Yeah.
This book was published by the team at Angie B Productions. That includes Avalon, Sonia B, Sandra B, and even so a couple of interns. Yeah, we got that one done, and we got it done in record time. I told her it would be ready by Mother's Day, and here it is
Mm,
ready for Easter. So praise God. I
Easter.
mean,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
God just sped right through. I mean, you had the book cover done in no time. I was and didn't need any changes to it. I was it's like, look at Avalon.
Well, I'm glad she liked it.
Yeah, she said it was perfect. And she's a crybaby like I am. So when she gets really, really happy, and she was really happy about the book cover. She said the book cover made her feel like it was really going to be a book. And
Wow.
that's what, yeah, that made a big difference. So thank you so much for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, tell me some good news. What you been up to lately?
Well, I am currently working on my anthology, preparing for the next generation. It's the educator, the nurse educators, those who precept the nurses, new nurses when they come into the job, or those that give the in services or the mentors. It's voices from them. I gave them some questions and they wrote their chapters based on these questions. So these are the
Mm,
ones that do the training when these new nurses come in. So I wanted to hear what they had to say,
mm,
in this book. Yeah. So they're
okay.
all talking about, yeah, answering the questions based on their experience. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Good, good, good. Hey everybody, if you're watching us on YouTube, do me a favor and tell us your city and state or country where you're watching us from. We like to know and we like to keep you in our prayers. And for those of us on YouTube, also want you to know that we're on Facebook. Just search for Angie B Productions, ANGIEBEE Productions on Facebook, and you'll be able to see us. I can't wait for your new book. I know it's going to be all technical, medical jargon.
No, actually, they wrote in layman terms, because they're basically explaining, the different things that the new nurses need. And it's like telling them also, those that may feel like they don't belong and the skills that they should have or be given, when they're being educated. So, yeah, it's
Mm.
not a lot of medical technology in the book.
Okay, okay, that's
Very
good.
little, matter of fact, very
Okay,
little.
that's good. That's good. I want to be able to read it and understand it. It took me a minute. You would say precepts, and I was like, what does she mean by so it took me a minute to figure that out. But yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that's good, Avalon. You have really been dedicated to helping nurses. You really have been through
I'm
your book.
trying. Now that I
Mm,
can't be out there in the mix anymore, not that I can't, I'm retired, so I'm not trying to be in the mix, but
yeah,
at least I can still, give to the profession in another way with my writing, hopefully.
that works. That works. That works. Okay, it looks like Hollis Joe McCullum has arrived, and so we're going to bring her on camera in just a bit. Would you happen to have her bio handy?
Yes, yes,
Oh, thank you.
okay. Hollis invites fantasy readers into new worlds with her empowering, wild stories. Readers of all kinds discover inspiring perspectives when they read her books that help enrich their dreams. She is an award winning fantasy author, designer, book fest bellwether, former professional co player, podcast, and all around silly person. That's what she writes two different dark fantasy book series, the Rashan series and the Lost Beacon Chronicles. Romantic subplots are a staple in her stories, especially the Rashan series. History and mythological and are all continuous inspirations in her writing. So you'll even get some fun historical and mythological nuances to rattle off at parties when you read her books. As a historian, she just can't help herself.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to the show, dear. Welcome.
Hello, nice to see you.
Mm.
How are you all doing
How
today?
are you this morning?
I'm well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this very special Saturday. We appreciate it.
No, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. How's it going for you today? Everything good? Happy?
Oh,
Nice
yes.
sunny day. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
Mhm, mhm,
yes.
mhm. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Avalon said something about your writings being dark. Could
good.
you could you tell me more about that? Why do you call it dark?
So I originally, when I was first publishing in like 2017, when I was first published, I just said I was epic fantasy because that's what I thought I was. But I was told that I am dark often enough to know that I am because of some of my themes. So I have a lot of my creatures and things like that, like the villains and all that. They have a little bit more of what some people would think of as a horror leaning. It wasn't my personal intention. I just really love mythology, and frankly, a lot of mythology is very scary. so,
Yes, yes.
so yeah, that sort of it's more about the monsters and that sort of thing, and not so much about the characters themselves. So it's
Mm.
not like it's the monsters are scary, the villains are scary, but you're not dealing with dark emotional themes so much as you are
Oh,
dealing with
Okay.
monsters.
okay, okay,
Okay.
okay. That's one.
What
So,
gave you the inspiration to go in that direction?
It's just what I always loved. I personally, as you read in my bio, I have my, historian by degree and all of that stuff, and I love
Oh,
mythology in the ancient world. My specialization is the ancient Etruscans of Italy, with a secondary specialization in medieval England, and there's a lot of there's a lot of crazy that goes on, and I've always found that completely fascinating, but it's also not sugar coated, so to speak. So that's sort of what I enjoy reveling in and reading about, and I tend not to read the sugar coated stuff. So that's what I write.
Mm.
Wow. How long have you been writing? You seem like someone that was writing in school.
I did, yes, you've got a good sense about you. I actually won a lot of little contests when I was in middle school and high school. One of them was even a county-wide contest in 8th grade, so I was
Wow.
excited about that. But I didn't actually start publishing until my 30s. So I love to write. I've been writing kind of my whole life, but yeah, I just, like many of us, I sort of thought, "Oh, well, this is a back burner situation. I'll do this for myself when I want to." And then I wrote my first novel, and my family made it very clear that that was not what no, that I was supposed to be publishing that, otherwise I was in trouble. So
Oh, great encouragement. Great
yeah.
encouragement.
Yes, yes.
So often we hear, well, you better not quit your day job, but that's good that you had family encouragement.
Yeah, I still haven't quit the day job, but yes, I agree. You know, I look forward to doing that one day.
Yeah. Avalon retired from her day job and has written at least a dozen books since retirement.
Oh my goodness, congratulations. That's
Thank
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. We're on every Saturday, and every Saturday she's working on another book, working on another one. So
Hey, when you're passionate about
because my
it, as you well
mind,
know.
yeah, now that especially my nursing books, like different, that I think I've dove into that more than the children books, but the
Mm,
children based on my grandchildren. But now it's like I have a focus on nursing right now. Some nursing guides, some nursing books, nursing anthology, bringing in
mhm.
other nurses to put their stories in my book. So
I love
yes,
that.
yeah,
So is it like
yeah.
I was raised by an RN, so I'm very interested. So
Wow.
what, so is it like true stories about
Oh
interactions
yes.
with oh,
It's
wow,
their experiences that they've gone through. Yes, yes,
that's so
yes.
powerful. I love that.
You can check them out on my website, author.avalonsbrown.com. Yeah,
I
they're all
will.
on there. And I'm not
Yeah.
finished.
No.
It's never finished though, it never is.
Tell me
No.
about your character development. How do you create a person out of thin air and tell a story about them? How is
So
your process?
oh, sorry. Um, so a lot of my characters, well, and I've been a big nerd my whole life. So I've always, since I was like 10 or 11 years old, I've been doing the role-playing games, like Dungeons and Dragons, that kind of thing.
Mm,
And so a lot of my characters are actually characters that I already developed years and years ago because I played them.
wow.
I developed them and played them
Okay.
in games. So I kind of you can call it a little personal cheat sheet, I guess. I already
Mm,
sort of knew. I already have them kind of sussed out, and I know background. Of course, I do a bit more, but one of the other things that I really try to do right off the bat is just think of them as a different person other than myself, uh, if that makes sense, because especially my male characters or just characters who do not have my shared experiences, we're not going to see the world through the same eyes. We're not going to react in the same ways. And for example, I write several of my characters are parents. They have children. I don't know what that's like. So if I'm just kind of like, well, I think a parent would act this way, but I'm going to call my mom real quick and I'm going to talk to my
mm,
friends who have kids and say, if your child did this, or
mm,
something, or if this were to happen, or that kind of thing, and get their emotional reaction out of it, and then that's what I write. So I do lean heavily on my family and friends, and then I just think about, okay, I am not a vampire that's 800 years old and blah blah blah. I'm not that man. I'm not a male elf vampire like, with so much experience in the world. But if I were to have those accumulated experiences and things like that, my reaction would be very different, or his reaction would be very, very different to mine. And so I do just sort of try to take my brain away from it and genuinely think, what would they do?
Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. It just makes all the difference in the world, all the difference in the world that you can you have people that you can ask to make it a reality. That is wonderful.
Yeah, well, we don't do it alone, even if we're the only ones technically writing the book.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Listen, I want to edit your name and your headline. I'd like to add how people can contact you. Is there an email or a website I can put on the screen?
Oh, yes. So my email is hollis.mccullum@gmail.com. And my website will also take you there. I'll let you finish typing that. And then
Hollis.McCullum. Okay, take a look at your name and see if I typed it properly.
That's correct. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, we lost Avalon.
Yeah, she'll be back. She'll definitely be back. I am thrilled to learn more about your storylines, but we've got just a couple of folks that are saying hello. There you are, Avalon. We missed you.
Welcome.
No.
Zamia Baskin is on YouTube and she said hi.
Hello, how are you?
I know. She said hello a couple of times. So that's good. Okay, we've got to take just a quick break to learn about some other projects that are going on, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of Books and Besties in just a bit. Mommy, why do I have a cold? Written by Avalon Soulette Brown. Dedications. This book is dedicated to all of my grandchildren. You are always coming to hug and kiss Nana, especially when you have runny noses, sneeze, or cough. Nana loves you. Let's work together to keep the germ population down.
Mommy, where do colds come from? Why do I have one?
Mommy, why do I have a cold? Written by Avalon Soulette Brown. Narrated by Sonia B., Sandra B., produced for audiobook by NGB Productions, and narrated by me, the Queen Bee, Angie. Divinely chosen, the Lord God with a master plan. Dr. Doretha Smith's book has an inspiring message of faith, purpose, and divine guidance through heartfelt reflections and spiritual insight. She reminds readers that God's plan is always perfect, even when life feels uncertain. This book is a call to trust in His timing. Follow His directions and embrace the unique calling He has placed upon your life. With wisdom grounded in scripture and personal testimony, Dr. Smith empowers you to step boldly into your God-given destiny, knowing you have been divinely chosen for a purpose greater than yourself. Divinely Chosen, the Lord God with the Master Plan, written by Dr. Doretha Smith. Search for Divinely Chosen Lord Master Plan on Amazon. And don't forget to leave a review. Hey, everybody. It's me again, the Queen Bee, Angie B. We're excited to introduce you to books that are published by other people. And so a very special shout out to Doretha, who allows us to introduce her book on this show, and a couple of other authors that'll be coming up in just a minute. All right, we're going to bring Avalon back in. Avalon, I got a question. How many books do you think Hollis has written?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to ask her about those 2 series. Yes.
I know. Come on back in, Hollis. Yeah. We're talking about you.
Yes.
The ears were burning. They were burning.
Because it seems like, you know, you may start a story and it just has to keep going. Yeah. So
that's how it is.
You mentioned about your 2 series. We talked about it's the type of writing you do, but I want to know more specific about the 2 series. What are they about?
So they're 2 completely separate series. The only thing they have in common is the author. So the Rashawn series, which is my most popular one, that is your very classic epic dark fantasy romantic subplots, takes place on a whole other world. Doesn't exist in our world at all. There's like a whole other planet I made up that's got its own. I draw the maps. Everything's different. So, I do all my own designs, as I said. So all of my books are entirely my intellectual property. I'm very controlling. But
good for you.
Thank you. So yeah, that one is definitely, even though it's categorized as dark fantasy, it's the, some of the villains and the themes that are darker, of course, not the emotional struggles themselves so much. But my Lost Beacon Chronicles, now that one I do get emotionally dark. I will say that one is my historical dark fantasy, and it is set in sort of an alternate universe Earth, is how I think of it. So yeah, it's really fun. I'm very inspired by history, and so Spare the Swallow, which is the origin story of that series, talks about how the main character Lucretia gets heavily traumatized. Let's just say that,
really?
Oh yes, yeah. I decided, because I'm obsessed with the ancient Etruscans of Italy. Obviously, that was my specialization, and I'm Italian, so I gotta be. But I made the ancient Etruscans a magical race. They weren't human in my little world. They were this whole other type of humanoid, as we call them, and they existed in the same geographical location and everything, but they had magic and they had all this other stuff. And then another kingdom decided they wanted all their stuff, and to put it very lightly, they took it and all the things that come with that.
Wow.
Speaking, I won't go into exactly what all that is, but if you know your history, you understand what comes with a conquering nation doing that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And so that's what is the real darkness there. And I actually am a trained fighter as well. So during the battle scenes, I do get a little graphic about that. I will admit, because I am a trained fighter, so I get a little into it, and then you would do this, and this would happen. So
Wow.
it gets a little yeah, it gets very a little detailed. So those are emotionally much harder reads, because then after I traumatize the main character, Lucretia, she is wandering the world as an immortal, which I'm not going to tell you how or why she's immortal. She doesn't start that way, but she doesn't want to be. It's a have to be. And I take pieces of history or things that happened in history, and I place her into them. So
Wow.
the next book in that series, called Ignited, it takes place during the Roman conquest of Britain in 43 AD with the
Oh,
Cativolani, and she is with the Cativolani, one of the native tribes of Britain, and they were the tribe that fought hardest against Rome. They were the ones who gave Rome the most trouble, and they did a good job. But
wow.
yeah,
My
she's
goodness.
with them, and it's called Ignited because that series also focuses from a psychological standpoint. She's very traumatized, and she's going through the cycles of grief, which, if you know anything about the cycles of grief, you know it's not a linear or cyclical process. It is a
Right.
wild ping
Yeah.
pong. And
Yeah. Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Ignited is her journey from depression into anger.
One.
And and then I'm currently writing the next book in that series, which should come out in 2028. And that one is called Rampage, and we're sitting in anger for a little while with that one, quite obviously from the title.
Wow. My goodness. Whole
Mm,
worlds and people,
yes.
not just a novel. You've created whole worlds. Oh,
Whole world, right?
Hey, that's the fun part, you know. That's I revel in it. I absolutely love it.
do you have any advice for other teenagers that may want to walk in your footsteps, creating and drawing and illustrating and writing? Do you have any tips for them?
I do. I actually had the wonderful opportunity a few years ago to a friend of mine that I went to high school with. She has a niece, and she has said, "Oh, hey, my niece wants to write a novel for her senior project." She was a senior in high school at the time, and I know you're an author. Would you help her? And I yeah, I was so excited. And so I actually, over the course of her senior year of high school, I would see her once or twice a month, and we would sit and I would help her write her book, which she got an A on her project. She did a wonderful job. and and all of it was her creativity, 100%. I just kind of helped her organize her thoughts, because I think that's the hardest part.
Mhm.
I think a lot of people have all of these wonderful ideas and all of this fantastic imagination, but they don't know how to corral it and channel it into a focused outcome. And I was a project manager for a while. I've done a lot of managerial organizational things in my career so far. So I'm good at that. So
Good.
I would say, don't lose your passion. And when you have ideas, definitely jot them down. I have so many random post-it notes that I have stuck all over places saying, "Oh yeah, that's just a cool little quote," or I want to have that kind of a tree in my book with the fairies living in it or something. I want to do that. But so jot those ideas down, honor that inspirational moment, but also create outlines for yourself in ways that function for you. Just because you're writing an outline doesn't mean that you are stifling your creativity. I know some people feel
Right.
like that,
Right.
and it's like, no, no, no. It's You're organizing it. You're making it
Yes.
so that you can make it a clear story that other people can follow, and it's
Mm.
not just something that exists in all of these interdimensional places in your brain. someone else can follow along.
Right.
And so, yeah, I would say just organize your thoughts, and above all, take some time. Put some time aside. Even if you're really young, sometimes I know it can be weird, but I find that the key to my success is honestly saying, okay, I have a full-time day job. I write almost full-time as well. I have over 70 hours in my work week, as it is. And if I bunch it all together, but I love to dance and I love to do this and I love to do that. So I have my clear defined times, and I say every day I'm going to spend 30 minutes on this. Every day I'm going to da 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 da. So if you're a teenager still, you're in school, you obviously I forget what school hours are now, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And but from that time, that's your school time. Obviously, that's that. But maybe in the afternoon, after you've gotten home, you take time after dinner and you say, you know what, for at least 30 minutes after dinner every night, or for an hour after dinner every night, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do something related to writing,
Right.
or whatever creative project you want to pursue, painting, it doesn't matter.
Correct.
And it doesn't have to be the writing or the painting itself. It could be looking at inspiration. It could be jotting down ideas. It could just be thinking, it could just be, but you need to dedicate the space and the time to it. And once you have allotted that, then honestly, it kind of flows. At least that's what I.
Okay. Yeah, that was going to be my next question about the outline. So I'm glad you addressed that, because I've been to writing workshops where we would have to sit and do an outline.
Mm-hmm.
And I write based upon testimonies and experiences and where God leads me. So an outline for me is like, oh, God, I can't do that. I'm just going to sit down and type what the Lord sends. And so that kind of fascinates me about the outline.
Well, and I will say an outline, like, I don't do my outlines like most other authors, because I like, was very much, still am, an academic. I write my outlines like you would outline a research paper, which is more structure based, but that's what helps me, because I know what the story is. I do. I honestly don't need so much to be kept on track with what's happening next, as I need to say, okay, at this, we're gonna open up. We need to have, here's our introduction, and we need to make sure to state these things in the introduction, and then we need to hit these milestones. So I'll hit my milestones along the way. And the milestones, like if you're writing more inspirational writing, they can be something like, oh, I want to touch on a story about family or something like that. I want to have a story about dealing with illness or something. And it doesn't even have to be, this is exactly what it is, but you want to hit that milestone. And then of course conclusion is conclusion, but it's you do have to sort of, in my case, the culmination of the whole plot, like boom, here's the outcomes. And then in your case, it could just be a summary of here's the common thread throughout all of these stories, or whatever it may be. Here are your takeaways, essentially. So the outline, and there are other people who that kind of outlining does not work for them, and that's fine. You do need to find what your brain responds to, and my brain responds to research paper outline styles.
Makes so much sense. So much sense. Avalon, I just been grilling Hollis. I know you got some questions, so your turn.
No, my internet want to act up today. So. But
like
she's been answering most of you. Yeah, and yeah, Cherry Blossoms has started this week. So, but she's been answering most of the things that's going through my head anyway. So, yeah.
I'll add psychic to my list. No kidding.
Do you have any
Yeah.
of your books handy that you can show us the
I
cover?
do. So my latest release is The Key. And
Beautiful.
this is the first book, and then I number all my spines.
Oh,
Since I
Ah,
do
goodness.
all my own designs and everything, I can do whatever I want. So all of my books, I got the numbered spines, the numbers on the, you can't see it as well, but it's on the front as well. And
Oh, mhm.
yeah, I make sure. And then when we go in, we have the outline of the series. We have why I write the
ah,
series. We've got the full page map that I draw. So we've got the whole world going on. Just it's chock full of graphics. I create my own calendars. I do everything for my worlds because it's a
wow.
different world. They would not follow our calendar. they,
Oh my
Right,
goodness.
right.
That little
So how
detail.
long?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. How long does
Just
it take you to write one of the books for the series? Doing all of that because it looked like you put a lot of work into your books.
I do. Thank you. Yeah, this one took me about a year to
Wow.
fully write, and this one ended up being about 350 pages.
my goodness.
Mm.
So yeah, and then I've, like I said, I have all of my crazy graphics, and I do include for those who are book club people, in all of my books, I include 10 book club questions
Mm.
at the end. So if you want it for book club, I gave you a study guide.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes about a year now. It used to take me
Mm.
longer, but I really committed. I'm very passionate about writing. It's what I really enjoy, and frankly, I don't want to break. I love writing, and people are. I have a friend of mine who I see at my local cafe, and every now and again she goes, "When are you going to take a break? Why don't you take a break?" And I said, "I don't need a break. I love
Yeah.
to do this. This
Yeah.
feeds me. I don't need to stop it."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful.
Mhm.
Wonderful, honey. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it is 45 minutes into the show. We need to take another break. We got some upcoming events that we want you to know about. So everybody will be back with more of Books and Besties in just a bit. Christians Merging Together Ministry presents the second annual Women of God in Unity Working Together Conference. Women who are not afraid because they know God will calm down the storm no matter what the situation is. It takes place June 20th, 2026 from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Deltona High School located at 100 Wolf Pack Run, Deltona, Florida. Guest speakers include Pastor Tiffany Ware, Minister Paulette Singleton, and Dr. Pam Powell. For more information, call 386-220-5395. That's 386-220-5395. Women of God, IUWT.com. You are cordially invited. Maternal Matters Favored, mmfavored.org presents their 4th annual charity broadcast event for those with perinatal and postpartum mood disorders. This 24 Hours of Favor annual fundraiser takes place Mother's Day weekend. Mental health aids maternal health. Seeing mothers, supporting minds, and saving lives. Broadcast produced by NGB Productions. Log on to mmfavored.org for more information. That's mmfavored.org for more information. 24 Hours of Favor. Unique Love Ministry presents Intimacy with the Father. Join us Saturday, April 11th, 2026, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Divine Orders International Ministries, located at 1336 North Pine Hills Road in Orlando, Florida. Evangelist Tahara Thompson is the founder. Based upon John 15:15, we invite you to wear casual attire. Bring your pen and journal. Bring your blanket or a mat. No small children, please. Come to hear and receive what the Spirit of the Lord has for you. Intimacy with the Father, hosted by Angels of Praise, Santavia, Washington. For more information, call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. Intimacy with the Father. Oh my goodness, so many events, so many upcoming events. That was Intimacy with the Father coming up April 11th. And then Mother's Day weekend, we've got the 24 Hours of Favor. And then June is the Women of God in Unity Conference. So if you are a ministry or community leader and you have an upcoming event you'd like us to introduce to our audience, you can send an email to evangelistangb@gmail.com. That's evangelist, ANGIEBEE @gmail.com. And we'll do our best to get it on the show in time for our audience to know. All right. We're going to bring Avalon back in here. I'm glad your internet is stable now. I tell you.
We hope.
Yeah, the internet just messed
I don't know
up.
what was going on.
You're good. You're good. All right, we're going to bring our guest back in. Hollis, I want you to know you have been a delight. I hope you come back on the show again.
I would absolutely love to. I have had a wonderful time with both of you.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't let anybody tell you that your work is not important. I come. My dad's a nerd, and my daughter is a nerd. I raised another generation of nerds. She plays Dungeons and Dragons on Sunday nights. She has a Star Wars little trinket collection, a Star Trek, and and every time my dad comes to her house, he's like, "Hey, kid, you got some more stuff,"
Hey, we're a strong community. I love to hear that.
We are. I'm waiting for Uhura's earpiece to become popular so I can get one. It's one of those things that it feels good to know you're not alone in what you enjoy. And so I'm proud of you for telling folks you don't need a break. Your writings are a break for you.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh yes,
thank you for encouraging us
to Easter to both of you.
Oh yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You had any final little comments you'd like to leave our audience today?
Well, I guess just you can come see me at I'm going to be at Jordan Con in Atlanta, Georgia, April 17th through 19th, and I'll be at Stellar Fest in Duluth, Georgia, the 24th through the 26th, and then my website HollisJoeMcCullumAuthor.com. You can get to all of my socials. You can find me anywhere at Hollis Joe McCullum. You'll find me on the internet.
All right, we got you. You have a wonderful Resurrection Sunday, Easter weekend. And thank you for being here with us, honey.
You too. I really enjoyed both of you. You have a lovely day.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
So thank you.
Oh, I did not want to let her go.
I
I wanted
know.
to find out some more. Did you see how thick that book was?
Yes. I don't think I've
300,
gotten past 120 pages yet. Have I?
300 some odd pages. Oh, yeah, we got to have her come back again. Got to have her come back. Mm, mm, mm.
That would take me a year, 300 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you just have to do an anthology. Let everybody come up with
And put their
5,000
own.
words. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. Well, it's the first of the month, and that's when we always try to teach you something about writing. And so we want to tell you about the necessity of editing. This is a cute little video that we want you to hear, and we want you to watch the closed captions on the bottom of the screen so that you can, as you're writing, you can keep certain things in mind that will help with your editing. So Avalon and I are going to take a little 5-minute break while you watch the necessity of editing, and we'll be right back.
The necessity of editing. Hello, my name is Sonia, and I am a professional content editor. The difference between a proofreader and a content editor, as I have just recently learned, is care. A proofreader, though still respecting the boundaries of punctuation, which are very important, often will not clean up the statements that you have looped together and presented as a periodical. A content editor will read, proofread, punctuate, and clean up your content as necessary. Both are crucial, especially if you are nervous about your English skills. Today, I would like to talk to you a little bit about the necessity of editing. I am the type of person that catches the error before seeing the content. One of my biggest gripes is seeing an error on an obituary. What? Oh my goodness, these are the last words that anyone will ever read about you. Even in grief, spell check still works. I encourage you, write your own final words if you believe that your loved ones will leave grammatical and spelling errors unchecked, but I digress. In this time of artificial intelligence, I have found that our God-given intelligence has disappeared. Grammarly, ChatGPT, and those electronic assistants are convenient as a starter, kind of like a recipe for a dish. However, just like a good cook goes back and ensures they have included everything and even enhances that recipe, a great author still needs to go back over their work and finalize before completion. If you do not want to do that, I implore you to hire someone that will. A fresh eye makes a world of difference. The written word often shapes a picture of the author by the reader. When synonyms are used interchangeably, adverbs are tossed about incorrectly, and punctuation is just doing its own thing, an avid reader will lose interest in the plot and grow tired of making corrections in their head. Some authors happily pay a photographer or even an artist twice as much as the book is being sold for, just to ensure that their headshot catches the eye of the reader. However, their lack of having a second eye proofread and edit their liturgical baby leaves the reader of your masterpiece distracted and missing the point of the story. I will never forget mourning a grandparent. These arrangements of hers were taken over by a distant relative who was believed to be capable of handling this huge responsibility of presenting this decades-old life in a single 5x7 page. The misspellings of names, cities, and even occupations brought new tears to my eyes. Not only were some of these facts able to be easily researched, but the lack of care and concern before this final complimentary life story went to print was appalling. The necessity of editing is clear. I equate reading a book to watching a movie. However, you're able to place it on hold with a bookmark versus a streaming remote. Unlike a movie, the pause is controlled by your reader, not by the electronic device that allots you a full 3 minutes to pause your television stream, then return to the last spot that you were watching. A reader has the opportunity to turn the page or close the chapter, both literally and figuratively. No one wants to wade through a run-on yap session on a paper that left a dangling participle leading into a paragraph that begins, "The nectar day." What? Whose nectar? What day? Just like that, you've lost the attention of your reader. Sure, they may come back only to run into a new scenario that begins with two people speaking without proper identification, properly identified punctuation, and then this turns your reader's moment in time mental escape into a deep pondering chore, i.e., work. The AI assistants care nothing about punctuation. Their job is to lay out their opinion of what you'd like to hear and read, and your plight is to build on it while an editor's delight is to clean it up for the reader. The joy of a content editor is to take your raw thoughts, words, and emotion from babble to brilliance, from wondering to wonderful, from an unfinished read to a page-turning pleasure. Friends and family are excited that you have decided to delve into this new chapter, pun intended, of your life. So criticism about your incorrect usage of your versus your won't be shared with you. However, your audiobook narrator will find themselves starting over and over again, potentially losing that new reader joy that's expressed in their voice. It's gone, and so is the listening. In conclusion, nurture your book as one would anything born from their loins. Create, spell check, give it to your hired content editor. The passing of your book from your eyes to proofer eyes will correct your missings and enhance your musings. I personally care enough to make you sound your very best. I am Sonia B., and I approve this message.
Yep, Sonia B. approved this message. Now, the interesting thing about the video you just watched is that the closed captions were on the bottom of the screen. And sometimes closed captions need to be edited as well. They don't always match up. In fact, when I'm narrating a video and I say my name, Angie B, sometimes the closed caption will put NGB, the letters NGB, because that's the way it comes out. So if you're looking at a project that has that will have the reach, the ability to reach hearers and readers, be sure your closed captions are matching what the words are trying to say. And so that makes a big difference, Okay, we got a show sponsor that we want to hear from, Terrell Duckworth. And then I've got something special to introduce to each and every one of you. So don't go anywhere.
All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time zone it is for you. My name is Terrell Duckworth. I'm an independent associate with Legal Shield. I retired from the military after 23 years of serving in the United States Air Force. And I started working with a company called Legal Shield. And the reason why I'm here today is I just wanted to let you know what we offer. A lot of people know the name, but they haven't seen the information. So one of the first things I always share with people is it gives you the ability to talk to an attorney without worrying about that high hourly cost. And it's affordable, not just to people individually, but to even small business owners. So what we like to do is share and educate you on why so many people are taking advantage of our services, from getting contracts reviewed, to getting your last will and testament done, your will, your living will, your healthcare power of attorney, and those things. We also help if you are that person that has a heavy foot. And then the last thing I like to share with people on our legal plan is we have a 24/7 coverage, because we know that people get in situations where they wish they wouldn't be, and engaging with law enforcement, and you can pick the phone and enforce your rights right on the spot. Now, for you small business owners, we love to help you out. Look, we're not trying to get rid of the legal services that you already have, but we want to show you a more affordable way to deal with debt collection, contract review. Maybe you got employee situations you need help with. But the bottom line is we have a lot of services we can offer you at an affordable rate. If you get a hold of me, my information is below, duckworth29@gmail.com, or my website's below. It's too long to name, so please look at below. Or you can contact me on my cell phone, 757-344-5496. And I would like to say this. We are looking for more people to help us out and spread the word, meaning you can do what I do, make a living while making a difference. My name is Terrell Duckworth. Thank you so much for listening to my information. And I turn it back over to you, my good friend, Miss Angie B.
We appreciate, we truly do appreciate those folks that see the importance of introducing their products and services on the show. We really do appreciate that. And so thank you, Mr. Duckworth, for introducing us to Legal Shield. I know I have my policy in effect and I'm using it as we speak. So, not a problem. Okay. It's time to hear about the YEP program, and special guest Sandra B tells us more about YEP. Please allow us to introduce you to one of the graduates of our YEP program.
Hi, I'm Sandra B. I live in Michigan. And yep, I'm an author.
YEP, Youth Entrepreneur Author Program. Our goal is to initiate literacy in students and lead them to entrepreneurship through authorship. Our mission is to identify and invite organizations to participate in this program. Students participate in virtual writing workshops where they are encouraged to write their stories and provide reviews of stories read. We ask you to support our youth. For a donation of only $50, your company or organization will be mentioned as a youth supporter in the next audiobook. Send an email to yepI'mAnAuthor@gmail.com to provide a scholarship for a young person to participate.
Yep, I'm an author.
Proceeds are accepted and disbursed by Angie B Productions. And now, these students are authors and entrepreneurs. Follow us online. Just search for Yep, I'm an Author on Facebook. Use the hashtag Yep, I'm an Author. Or call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. 8519 for more information. This program is sponsored in part by Angie B. and Barty Productions.
Yep, I'm an author.
If you or someone you know needs help coping with depression, anxiety, or PTSD, overcoming low self-esteem, or managing major life transitions, we invite you to schedule a free consultation call for telehealth clients. Shekinah Downs, licensed clinical social worker, is now accepting new telehealth clients. In the office, too. Schedule a free consultation by calling 386-385-4483. That's 386-385-4483. In the brand new Daytona Beach office as well. 50 to 60 minute individual therapy sessions and a variety of insurance plans are accepted. Couples therapy and coaching is coming soon. We invite you to log on to cjaqis.com. Schedule a free consultation by calling 386-385-4483. That's 386-385-4483.
Wake up and turn your Saturday all the way up with Mornings with Angie B. Every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Angie B is bringing you the hottest and newest Christian hip-hop music with a message, beats that bless, and vibes that lift your spirit. Whether you're getting ready for the day or cruising through the weekend, Angie B's got your soundtrack, faith, fire, and flavor. Don't miss Mornings with the Queen Angie B every Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m. on City Worship Radio.
Got to give a shout out to City Worship Radio for airing my radio show Saturday mornings. It's good to wake up and log on to City Worship Radio and hear the best in holy hip hop, Christian, and gospel rap music. So shout out to City Worship Radio. Also have to give a very special thanks to Sandra B for being our Yup program ambassador. Sandra celebrated a birthday yesterday. Ooh, Avalon, let me see. We're going to have to sing happy birthday to Sandra. No, we're not singing. Okay, we won't be singing.
Yeah, to Sandra, okay.
Yep. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Okay, that's enough.
You can tell we're not singers, right?
We're not singing. But did you know that Sandra has been narrating audiobooks since she was about 5 years?
Wow.
Yep. Because she was a part of your book, Mommy, Why Do I Have a Cold? But
yes,
when I think about it, she's done about 24 audiobooks, I believe.
Wow, nice.
And now that she's 14, I really have to negotiate with her to see if she's in the mood to do it. But man, when she was 5 years old, she loved sitting in front of the microphone and yeah, it was great. Even before she could read, if I would just tell her, okay, I want you to say this, I want you to say that, she'd nail it. Like she really knew what she was doing.
Knew what to do. Okay.
Yeah. So happy birthday weekend, Sandra.
Yes, happy birthday. Hope you enjoy it.
Yes, absolutely. Avalon, tell me some more about your children's books. I know you mentioned them earlier, but you writing books for your grandchildren now? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like each one of them have a book where they're the characters. There's 7 grands and 3 great grands.
Great
So each
grand.
one of them, yes, 3 great grands. Yes. So they each, I finally finished a book for each one of them. So each one of them now have a book where they are the characters in the book. So any other children books is just, something off of, like my son, he wants me to write one for his daughter because he's teaching her how to play the guitar. And then I did write another one about Michelle's dream to be a nurse. It's a children's book, but that's my daughter's. Uh, Michelle is actually my daughter. She's the character in that one because I didn't have a book with her as a character. So, and besides, she's a nurse now, so I just wanted to make a book about dreaming about being a nurse.
Good. Wow. That really fascinates me. If I were to write a book about my 2 daughters and their 2 husbands, man, where would I start? I guess an outline.
An outline would help you, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's such an inspiration to me. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Yes.
And then how has self-publishing been for you compared to finding a publisher or paying a publisher?
Financially, it's been great. The only tough part about self-publishing is the marketing. Then you have to do your own marketing or find someone to do your marketing. But far as self-publishing, I can get the books out quicker. Because when I dealt with the traditional publisher, it takes a year before I see the book.
Right.
So, this way, if I have an idea, a story I want to write, I write it, then I can get it out quicker, than that. But it's been good for me. It's really been good for me.
Good.
And I've learned so much that I can do my own self.
Yes. Yes, you have. Oh, you have just grown leaps and bounds. Every time I talk to you or see something that you post, it's like, you go, girl. You got it. You got it, Avalon. You got it.
Comes
All
with
right.
training.
It looks like R.D. Moreno has arrived.
Yes. Okay.
So if you can read his bio, that'd be great.
Now, Mr. Moreno is going to have to tell us a lot because he gave me a very short bio.
Okay.
He's a retired communication executive, married with 5 grown kids and 14 grandchildren. He has a family pet. He has 2 small dogs and a large macaw. I don't know what that is. He's going to have to tell us. MACAW. We're now living in North Carolina and remodeling our current home. His hobbies include writing. That's what I want to know about his writing, among a host of other things like landscaping, woodworking, and home remodeling.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. What city and state do you live in?
Gibsonville, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. And Avalon wants to know, what is a macaw?
Macaw parrot. So
it's a parrot.
Blue and gold.
Oh.
Yeah. So a large parrot.
Good.
Does it talk back to you?
Oh yeah, he talks back to me all the time. Yeah. And so it's like having another small kid almost. Yeah, very demanding. Yeah.
Oh wow. That sounds lovely. I would like that.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tell us about your genre. What genre are your books in?
Yeah, so it's sci-fi with a fantasy element to it. The way I present it is, if you're into Dune, if you're into Game of Thrones, if you're into Stargate, then this book encompasses all 3 of those.
Wow. And how long did it take you to write one of your books?
6 months.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Yeah.
and it's
Ooh, yes.
yeah, it's a bit of a chunker. It's
Oh,
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
Let's see the cover. The cover.
640 pages and
Wow.
6 months to write. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
You should
goodness.
have met Hollis.
Yeah. 6 months. Oh. Hmm. Why should I get your book? Tell me something that will really wet
So
my whistle.
so in this story, how it evolves is this is a different universe. The Emperor here brings on additional planets when they're mature, and Connor and his older brother Adam help the Emperor do this. And Connor's a young warrior; he's just getting into it. He's just learning how to do this. But the Emperor has a younger brother, Lorenzo, who's a scientist who does all the development, uh, develops all the new weapons and everything for this. And he's embittered and thinks he should be the Emperor, not his older brother.
Oh.
So there's a lab explosion that happens that exposes something that Lorenzo is doing, the Emperor's younger brother. And so Esteban and the Emperor um, gets Connor and Adam to help him figure out what's going on before it's too late.
Mhm.
Sibling rivalry. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh my
What
goodness.
helps you come up with a story like that for a 600-page book?
So I had read the first book, Dune, when I was in high school, and it really inspired me. And I thought it would be awesome to write something like that. But life just gets in the way. I mean, discovered cars and girls, and then you get a job, and then a family, and you just go from there. And it never allowed any time for that. And the fact that Um, I was in the communication industry, especially on the repair side of things and operations. You're working 12, 14-hour days, so it doesn't leave much time for anything else. And so there was really no time to write until after I retired. And when I remodeled our family home here, we had bought the home here just before COVID had hit. And we were making our plans to retire. And I was actually going to retire the next year, but the company decided that I was going to retire early.
Mm.
So right in the middle of COVID, we had bought the house here in March, and I was kind of pushed into retirement in July of 2020. So we ended up moving into the house that we were planning to remodel before we moved into. So we ended up living through the remodel. But after we had done that, then it's like, okay, what's the next thing on my list? And they had re-released the movie Dune. So I watched that a couple of times, and then things started percolating in my head again. And I came up with a list of characters and a plot and went from there.
Wow. A list of characters.
Yeah.
You make it sound so easy. Yeah, let me just write down my plot.
Easy,
And
right?
then, yeah, 600 pages later, I did my thing. Yeah.
Whew.
One,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. Mm, mm, mm.
So, well, the other thing is it was supposed to be one and done, but probably about 3 months afterwards, I decided that I had more story to write. So I'm actually about three-quarters of the way through book five.
So this
Wow.
gonna be so you have a series.
Yeah, I'm hoping to finish the series with book six. Yeah. I just
Oh,
I just released the second book in February. That's this one, Zeta 5, the Window Splinter.
it's
Beautiful.
just as thick. Is
No,
this
no,
a thick one too?
no, it's about 330, that's 20 pages. Yep.
300.
Not quite as
Wow,
big.
that's
The
still
other
long.
ones aren't quite as big. Yeah,
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Just
Tell
to have
tell
that much thought on one character to keep it
Mhm.
going, you know.
right.
I
Yep.
don't know how I could do that.
And the interesting thing is when I started writing is how much it's almost like the characters have a mind of their own. When you start writing and start putting this down, and things develop, they start going in their own direction, and you just have to kind of steer them how you want them to go. But
Mhm.
that was kind of surprising to me when I started writing. how much of that
Mm.
happens.
Fascinating. Do
Yeah.
you work with a publisher or are you self-published?
So I'm self-published. I had tried to go the traditional route, and I knew grammar was never my thing in high school and the rest of it. And I knew my book was going to need a lot of help. Um, and there's some of these fly-by-night publishing outfits out there that want to just take your book and tweak it a little bit and then send it out into the world. And I knew that wasn't for me. And after I tried to go the traditional route, I received a few thank you, but no thank you letters. I mean, they were very nice. It wasn't, this is a piece of crap and we're not doing any of that. It wasn't anything like that. But then I discovered a group called Paper Raven Books that helps indie authors, and they help with the whole thing. And they help me with everything. They help me with the editing. They help me to get a cover, um, and they helped me get it on Amazon. And they were a lot of help. But then the second book, I was able to work with an editor, and he had somebody that does his cover work. So Paper Raven Books, they're amazing, but it wasn't that cheap of a process to go through with them. And I went through 3 rounds of editing
Right.
with them. And actually, when I went through all that rounds of editing, I learned a tremendous amount. So I was more confident about what I was doing and how I was writing with the other books. So they didn't need as much help as the first book did. But I always mention Paper Raven book because if it wasn't for them, I probably would have never published the first book. But I'm able to do a lot more on my own now, and it's a lot cheaper endeavor. So that's a long way of saying that I'm an indie author.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And wonderful that you recognized you needed help with the grammar.
Right.
Avalon and I run into so many authors that are like, no, I mean, they know what they're trying to say, but the reader is lost.
Exactly.
And yeah. So you've encouraged me to keep working with with folks like that, because I was about to really kick them to the curb. Okay, fine. Do what you want to do. Oh, my goodness. You got to know what your limitations are, and you got to stay in your
Absolutely.
lane.
Absolutely, you do. Definitely.
How is
Tell
your marketing process?
So that's been an interesting challenge, and that was after I wrote the book and after I got it published and the rest of it. I mean, Paper Raven Books did explain some of the things and some of the things that I was going to have to do, but as an author, most authors are introverts, and and when you go to market your book, it's you've got to be an extrovert and you got to be out there going, "Hey, look at me! Hey, look at me! Look at what I'm doing! Look at my book!" And that's been the difficult process for me to try and jump into that. And I did have a little bit of success on Facebook and Instagram, but I've had a lot better success with TikTok. And I was one of those ones that, no, I'm here about TikTok, and it's like, no, those are for kids. That's not for somebody that's
Yeah.
my age trying to jump into this. But I found an amazing indie support community within TikTok and I do a lot
Mm.
of lives with them. I get a lot of support from them. But the other thing that I'm doing is I've been doing a lot of book fairs, and I've been selling probably between 12 and 15 books at each one of these book fairs. So getting the word out that way has been helpful too.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun because helps me learn how to talk to people and explain what my book is about and try and get them interested.
True.
hmm Yeah, I sell more books when I'm live at a festival than I do,
Yeah,
period. Because people want to see you and get your autograph and meet you.
right,
And
exactly. Yep,
yeah, that can be that connection is lost, I think, when you're just selling online. So
right, right, it is.
mhm. Listen, how can people contact you? I want to put your information on the screen. Do you have a website or an email address that we can reach
Yeah,
you?
I do. So my my website is rdmarino.author.com. My Instagram is also rdmarinoauthor.com. My Facebook is rdmarino, author. And then TikTok is the same. It's rdmarino author or rdmarino author, period.
Okay. Okay. Well, Avalon and I were just talking about TikTok at the beginning of the show. So
Right. Oh, were you?
you've
Okay.
encouraged. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people my age and yours as well that are out there, and if you want to reach out to me, then I can push you out to some of
Yeah.
these others
I definitely
in the
will.
community as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an indie author too, so I would definitely reach out to
Okay.
find out about TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a huge community of support for indie authors out here. Definitely.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow. And somebody just sent a message when you're on Facebook, are you boosting an ad or give us more
I
information?
yeah, I did a little bit of that with Meta, and I had some small successes with it, but not anything to really rave about. It did help me get more visibility and expanded. I think I'm up to like 1,300 followers on my author page.
Oh, really?
So it helped with some of that, but it didn't really do a lot for sales. Like one or two books were sold by doing that.
Mm.
And the other
Just
thing too
more
is I'm still trying to
visibility.
figure that out. Yeah, exactly. And I'm still trying to figure out
Oh,
that piece of it as well. So
Wonderful.
mm.
Wonderful. Let me see if there's another question here that came in for you. Oh, okay. What's the inspiration behind the worlds that you create?
well, so like I said, Dune was a big part of that, and because of that, um, the Zeta 5 is actually a large mining planet, and it's surrounded by asteroids. So I wanted to come up with something different than just mining spice and having worms, large worms like Dune does. So I came up with a little different spin. So like I said, Zeta 5 is a large mining planet. It's surrounded by asteroids. There's no way to fly into the planet, but it has three moons that revolve around the planet. And once every 3 months, those moons align and they pull on the asteroid field and create an opening to fly in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you have a day and a half to
Mm.
fly in, do what you're going to do on Zeta 5, and fly out.
And
If
get
you
out.
don't do that within the day and a half, then the moons disperse again and start roving, and the asteroid and the opening is gone. So you're there
Wow.
for 3 months if you don't do that. So
Wow.
the
That's
other thing too,
fascinating.
yeah,
I can even visualize that the
yep,
Mm-hmm.
gravitational pull of the
Mm-hmm.
moon getting all the
yep,
asteroids out the way. Oh,
right.
that's cool. That
And
is
so the other
cool.
thing is I don't do spice. I do what's called Zando crystals, and those are refined for space travel. And that's what they use so the freighter will fly in, pick up the mine crystals, and then take it out. And that's kind of how the premise goes for that.
Mm, that is wonderful. Wonderful. Well, listen, we've got to
Wow.
take just a quick break
Sure.
to introduce folks to a couple of these books, and we'll be back. We'll be right back with more
Okay.
Books and Besties. Your legacy starts with a spending plan. You may be thinking, I won't have anything to leave for my family except for debt. It may seem that everything is becoming more expensive and you aren't making more money. However, that doesn't have to be your truth. With a plan, you can become aware of your financial situation and change it accordingly. In this short chapter, we will cover debt, budgeting, debt repayment, credit cards, and your why. The first step is to compile a list of current bills and debt. What may be helpful is to look at your checking account and credit card statements to see what charges have come out in the last 1 to 3 months. Where there is a will, there is a way. Estate planning made easy for you. Written by Marshall G. Short. On Linktree, visit MG Short Tax SVC. On Instagram, search for MG Short Tax. On Facebook, search for MG Short Income Tax SVC. And on the World Wide Web, visit mgshorttaxsvc.com. Where there is a will, there is a way. Estate planning made easy for you. Written by Marshall G. Short. Audiobook produced by Angie B. Productions and narrated by me, the Queen Bee, Angie B. Divinely Chosen, the Lord God with a Master Plan. Dr. Doretha Smith's book has an inspiring message of faith, purpose, and divine guidance through heartfelt reflections and spiritual insight. She reminds readers that God's plan is always perfect, even when life feels uncertain. This book is a call to trust in His timing, follow His directions, and embrace the unique calling He has placed upon your life. With wisdom grounded in scripture and personal testimony, Dr. Smith empowers you to step boldly into your God-given destiny, knowing you have been divinely chosen for a purpose greater than yourself. Divinely Chosen, the Lord God with the Master Plan, written by Dr. Doretha Smith. Search for Divinely Chosen Lord Master Plan on Amazon. And don't forget to leave a review. Unique Love Ministry presents Intimacy with the Father. Join us Saturday, April 11th, 2026, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Divine Orders International Ministries, located at 1336 North Pine Hills Road in Orlando, Florida. Evangelist Tahara Thompson is the founder. Based upon John 15:15, we invite you to wear casual attire. Bring your pen and journal. Bring your blanket or a mat. No small children, please. Come to hear and receive what the Spirit of the Lord has for you. Intimacy with the Father, hosted by Angels of Praise, Santavia, Washington. For more information, call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. Intimacy with the Father. Yes, shout out to Unique Love Ministries, bringing us into intimacy with the Father. They've invited me to participate, and I'm honored to do that. So thank you very much, Evangelist Tahara. Okay, we're going to bring Avalon back in. Avalon. Man, Mr. Marino got some imagination going on.
I'm telling you.
Man, this is a whole new world for me.
Yes, it takes, because I was looking at his website, and it takes, I don't know, it takes a lot of imagination for those series that he's doing, because he has a little bit about it on there. There's
Wow.
one where a family, I guess they discover a family trying to get the family back home. I got to ask him about
Okay, I'll bring them in so you can ask them. We're just talking about you, sir. We just
that.
Okay. All right.
So, I mean, without giving away the story, when I was looking at your website before, you were
Yeah.
talking about, there's one of your books talk about um a person discovering their family or trying to get the family back home.
Yeah. So in book two, what happens is, so like I said, there's a Stargate element to it. So the Stargate element allows them to go between different worlds just by stepping through this platform. But in the second book, what happens is there's something happens to the platform and it sends Connor to a different dimension. And in this different dimension, he ends up finding people that he thought were once lost to him in the first book that are now there in the second book. So he ends up finding part of his lost family in this other dimension that he is thrown into.
man,
Oh, yeah.
man. It, listening to you talk about it, it reminds me of that episode of The Twilight Zone where the mother wakes up and realizes that the child is not in the bed. The child has fallen out of the bed and fallen into another dimension. And
Yeah.
the dad had to hold
Yeah.
on to the mom while she, boy, that fascinating. Fascinating. Mm, mm, mm. Then they
Yeah, it
got to
takes
get
some
the family
imagination.
back together. Say that again, Avalon.
I said that takes some imagination to put that together, to sit down and write about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what's fascinating.
They've been a lot of fun to write. I can admit that. Yeah. It's,
Do you have any advice for younger people that may want to take some of their creativity and put it in a book?
yeah, absolutely. So anybody that's thinking about it, you really need to sit down and just put either pen to paper or start typing it out in a Word document or whatever you're using and just get it out there somewhere. Once you do that, then there's plenty of help out there to help you construct it in the right way. And the one thing that you need to think about is if it's a story that you're writing that you're going to love, somebody else out there is going to love it too. So,
Mm.
but you're not going to be able to share it with them if you don't get it out there.
Right, right,
Mm.
right. So channel
How
some of
long have
that.
you been writing?
So the first book I started writing in August of 22. What? This is April of 26. So about 4.5 years, 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Oh, okay.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so not that long at all. Yep.
I appreciate that tip you said
So,
about
so it started after.
sharing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate hearing that.
Mm.
That is good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Any final thoughts on writing? Well, the question came in, how can I encourage my child to write more? If you got any
Well,
suggestions?
well, just by having them write and share their stuff and then get feedback from it. And I mean, if they're writing and they're getting encouragement back from their writing, I think that's going to encourage them more to do more writing as it goes on. So that's kind of how I look at it.
Hmm. Give them positive feedback. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So I know a couple of very intelligent teenagers. They like to draw. And so, You can tell
Okay.
they've got a vivid imagination because of what they're
Yep.
drawing, but
Yep.
putting that to words, yeah, that's what I'd like to see. Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, and that's possible too. But the other thing too is, I mean, if they're artists, they can also work with other people that are writing, and the two of them can inspire together.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got one in mind for my children's book. So
Nice.
thank you for that.
Yeah. Help
Thank you for
illustrate. I
Yeah,
was getting ready to say that. Help illustrate other people's stories. Yes.
Yep,
yes.
yep. Makes a big difference. Okay, well, we don't want to keep you too long, sir. I know it's a very special weekend and we want you to be able to spend time with your family. But tell us again how we can contact you on all social media platforms.
Yeah, so RD Marino author uh, for my website, TikTok, Instagram, and then RD Marino, author for Facebook. And my books are on Amazon, and they're also available on KU, so you can read them digitally if you want. And the first book is also being published wide, so it's available on Barnes and Noble and the others. The second book isn't there yet. But
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
no,
You've
thank you
opened
for the
my
time. I
Yeah.
mind.
appreciate it. Thank
Oh,
you.
not a problem. Enjoy your
And we will
weekend and
be
be
in
blessed.
touch.
You
Yes.
too. Thank you. Bye.
Fascinating.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Worlds
We
and
had a lot of fantasy and different mystical stuff this weekend.
yes, my
Yeah.
goodness. I, I tell you, when you schedule these
Sci-fi.
guests, it's perfect. It's like the same theme every week. I don't know if you do that on purpose, but it works
No,
out very nicely. Look at
it just
God.
falls like that. Yes.
Look at
Just
God. Look
falls
at
like
God.
that. Yes.
Well, we just about ready to get out of here. Do you have any thoughts, any closing comments that you'd like to leave with folks this holiday weekend?
Well, like everyone's been saying, if you have a story and you want to put it out there, start writing it. I mean, everything is a story. If you listen to your environment, you see things in your environment, you can get a thought for a story for anything. uh,
Mm.
I just got a cute little story I caught, and I'm surely going to make that into a book.
Oh goodness.
Yes, one of the ladies was trying to chase away this squirrel, and she was using this one of those motorized cars. But I ain't gonna tell you the rest of the story. But I'm making a story out of that. I'm gonna
I
make a
can't
children's story out of that one. Yes,
ooh, I can't wait. I can't.
yes, yes. But I
It
mean, you
sounds
with just like you said, write it. If you think you need an outline, use an outline with your thoughts. But there's a story in everything. So,
yes.
start writing. Well, you have so many ways to do it. You can talk into your phone, you can use the computer. So there's so many ways to do it.
You're
But just
right.
jot it
You
down, record it, and then transcribe it. Yeah.
you are so right about that.
Yes,
You are
yes.
so right.
And if you need
Well,
help, there's Angie and I. Contact
that's
us.
what
We
I was
help
about to say.
authors put those books out. Yes.
Yep, yep, yep. Well, if you need help, let me see. Sister Gordon needed a little help. So and this book is unique because she had not typed up anything. She had written
Wow.
it by hand.
Ah,
And so
wow.
we set her up with the editor who is a former court reporter, and she took the text from the recording and edited.
And
She really
transcribed
put
it. Oh,
everything
nice.
together. Yep, yep, yep.
Yes.
So don't feel like you got to sit in front of your computer. If you got thoughts that you've written down, or even if you want to freestyle, we can help you with it. We can
Yes.
definitely help you. We are a team, and it works out well. All right, Avalon, I'm gonna let you go because I know you got to finish
Yes.
cooking Sunday dinner.
Oh no, we ain't doing all of that.
You're not
No.
doing it? Okay. My girl says she
Not
really
not
retired.
today. I'm going to look at the cherry blossoms in the park. They
Oh,
only last for a month, so I have to go out, and every year I have to go and see them.
send me
So
another
everyone,
picture.
yes,
Yep.
enjoy
Send me.
your Easter this weekend, and
Yes. Yes.
God bless you all. Thank you for watching.
All right. Thank you, sweetheart. And see you next week.
All righty.
Bye-bye. Well, Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to meet people that I never would have met any other time, any other location. I ask you to touch each and every one of our viewers. If there is someone that doesn't know you for themselves, I pray that your presence gets them closer to knowing and loving you, Lord. And I thank you for you giving your life for us on the cross. And as we observe that action this weekend, I just want to thank you, Lord. I just want to thank you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. All right, that's it for the show today, everybody. We appreciate you. And if it's the Lord's will, we'll be back with another episode of Books and Besties on another Saturday morning. Be blessed, everybody. DJ Shaheem Care Mix Edits. Explore innovative fusion music of hip-hop, house, Afro beats, and gospel genres all rolled into one perfect mix. Visit the world of a gospel praise experience as DJ Shaheem shares his new edit packs, filled with a remarkable experience. Enhance and elevate your worship experience through praise as we embark on a new and unique purpose to glorify Jesus and what he has been able to do in our lives. If you are looking for a different vibe in your worship and praise experience, this will definitely keep you moving and inspire you throughout your day and week. These mix and edit packs are not only for DJs and radio stations, but are meant for gospel music lovers as well. Take time out and visit DJ Shaheem Care Mix Edits for your music source. Support the ministry as we reach others and draw them closer to Christ. Stay blessed, safe, and encouraged. DJ Shaheem Mix Edits. .sellfy.store. A conversation with Mama.
Many will come on this segment and they will come because they need to have a conversation with their mama.
Amen. A Conversation with Mama is a series of episodes that discuss different topics that are important to you. Standing on God's Word and the Scripture as found in Proverbs 31:26. Now it's time for today's episode of A Conversation with Mama. Sundays at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maternal Matters Favored, mmfavored.org presents their 4th annual charity broadcast event for those with perinatal and postpartum mood disorders. This 24 Hours of Favor annual fundraiser takes place Mother's Day weekend. Mental health aids maternal health. Seeing mothers, supporting minds, and saving lives.
broadcast produced by NGB Productions, log on to mmfavored.org for more information. That's mmfavored.org for more information. 24 hours of favor.